Hello everyone, my name is Jake and this is my channel Fishlist, and I'm excited to hang out with you again today and share with you one of my favorite tanks. I really appreciate you watching. I'm just your typical garden variety straight white dude, and I know that makes me very boring, so it's so exciting to have you here. I'm sorry that I don't have an English, an Australian, or a Scottish accent, but I will do my best to entertain you today and show you something amazing. And maybe if you don't stay to hang out with me, you stay to hang out with these awesome fish. And what I think is probably the coolest part of this tank, which is this amazing root structure. You know, there's those moments in your life where time stands still and you remember, and you think you'll remember forever. And I remember the moment I walked up to a pile of leaves on the bank of a river and saw a stick sticking out of the ground, which was the top of this root structure here on the left, and I pulled on it and this came out, and I was so excited, and I knew exactly where it was going to go, and it went into this 75-gallon aquarium, and it's been in here ever since. It took a very long time for it to get waterlogged to be able to sit on the bottom of this tank. Luckily, it has that nice little saddle there on the left where a rock can sit, and a rock was sitting there for quite a while to hold this thing down. But ever since then, it has been in here, and it has been one of my favorite structures in any fish tank in the fish room. The second coolest part of this tank, we'll get to the fish here in a little bit, is this amazing Java fern right here in the middle. I remember bringing home my very first Java fern plant and doing what every Java fern owner does the first time they buy it. Maybe not everyone, but at least all the newbies, and I was a newbie. And I stuck that thing straight into the substrate. And then about a week later, I saw a video where somebody had Java fern on a piece of wood or a rock, and I went, you know, maybe I did that wrong. And luckily, before the thing died, I pulled it out of there. And I believe, I'm not exactly sure, but I believe this is a remnant of that original Java fern. However, I don't think it's the actual Java fern, but because what I learned was that Java fern requires a lot of potassium, and my water has no potassium in it. So after dealing with the sprouts coming off of it and the Java fern dying for the longest time, I eventually figured out what to do and what to give my Java fern, and it began to grow and grow and grow. And for anybody who has had Java fern, they know that a bush of Java fern like this takes a long time to grow. So I'm really proud of this Java fern. To me, it's probably the most expensive, priceless plant that I have in my fish room. But that's plants, and I want to talk about the fish in here and the aquarium itself, which is really awesome to look at. This is probably my most community-centered tank that I have as far as nice fish. And I say that with an asterisk because this is also a tank that I just occasionally have things die in. And I don't know who the culprit is, but they're always a little bit beat up. Now, I did make a change recently, and I want to hear from you guys in the comments section because I need your help with this. I need you to help me figure out if I narrowed it down. I had 3 Siamese algae eaters in here, and I had read people say that occasionally they had seen those fish get kind of aggressive and take out other fish. So I'm not sure if it was them. They are gone now, but I suspect it could have been. That being said, these rainbows, I have seen them chasing fish, and they think they can be kind of closet buttheads. So I'm not 100% sure who the mean fish in this tank. It's probably that albino cory down there. I mean, he's just got a menacing look about him. It could be him, I'm not sure. But something has been taking out fish occasionally. And I had a turquoise rainbow, kind of on the smaller side, that just died a few weeks ago, and I have no idea what happened to it. So not a lot of fish, although some of these smaller prey cocks occasionally have some spots on them where something's jumped them. But they're a little bit smaller. It could be that this big old bosemani over here, bosemani, melanitania, could be the one that is doing some of it. Occasionally those congos chase off fish, so I don't know who it is, but it's somebody. They're also, it's really sad, one of my oldest fish is this pearl gourami up in the upper left-hand corner. I'll point him out because somebody might see him. And he's got a little bit of bloat. I have never been successful with bloat. I have tried 100 different things and I never get it. I have tried a lot of different things for bloat in the past, for treating it and also preventing it. And about once every 6 months, I feel like I get a fish that just gets bloat. It doesn't seem like there's much I can do. I have a fasting day. I vary the foods a lot. I don't overfeed at all. He's been like that for quite a while, actually. So I don't know how long it's going to take. I know it'll eventually take him out. I've also done metronidazole. I've done split peas, lots of different things. Anyway, I'm not sure. I'm just watching him carefully for right now, but we'll see how that turns out. A few other gouramis in this tank. There's another pearl gourami, another female pearl gourami somewhere, as well as some congo tetras. And the cories on the bottom. I believe there's some coolie loaches still left in there somewhere. I see them pop up occasionally. And there is a large angel that has decided to go in the back now that I want to talk about him. Very large angelfish that is kind of the centerpiece fish of this tank. If you ever need a great centerpiece fish, just a fish to, add that one amazing thing to look at, angels are the best. Oh, there he is finally. Angels are so great, and I just love this fish. It's such a beautiful, I love the black and the silver sheen on it. Him or her? Probably, I think it's a him. I see a little bit of a nupal hump there. Never actually asked that question. But just an incredible fish, and angels can be a little bit aggressive on their own. I've gone through a few different groups of angels, and so far the best success that I've had with a group of them has been in 180 gallons. I know people keep them in 55s and 75s and whatnot, but just a lot of aggression. So I really like keeping them on their own. They seem to do just fine with that. As far as the filtration on this tank, I have an Awazi Biomaster 200, 250. 200, 250? What's the number? I can't remember. Kind of the mid-level. And it has a built-in heater, which is great. I love built-in heaters because I love getting the heaters out of the tank, which is such a nice thing to have. It's so great to not have much in this tank except for that intake tube over on the left. I also have a sponge filter there. Probably don't need it. I could probably switch it out for just an air stone. The reason I do that is just because I'm always prepared for power outages, because I lose power way too frequently, and I have a battery backup system that powers my air lines, so I have those in every tank just to make sure I don't lose all my fish. But I could probably swap that for just a plain old air stone. I probably don't need the full sponge filter. And actually, that sponge filter rarely looks like it needs to be cleaned out anyway, so I think that the Awazi Biomaster is doing pretty much all of the work. So I love the quality of the water in this tank. Due to the plants, it rarely needs a water change. I test it a lot. In fact, I try to leave the nitrates up a little bit. I think that's another thing that's important as far as the Java fern goes. I sometimes, and I say sometimes, I should probably put more root tabs in for these Java fern, Amazon swords, just because they probably need it, but especially that one down in front. But they do seem to grow just fine. And there's some dwarf sage on the bottom that kind of makes me a little mini carpet there. A little bit of Vallisneria there on the left that has never really grown. I always expected it to take over and it doesn't, but I really think it needs a nutrient-rich substrate, which I have not given it in this tank. It's just black diamond blasting stand at the bottom, and not a very thick layer either. I think it probably could have used more, because some of these plants, the roots are a little close to the surface. I also have an Aquarium co-op light, which I'm told you can't buy anymore. Hopefully they figure that out soon. It's a decent light. There's a dimmer on it, and it has the kind of ramp up feature as far as the light turning on, which I like. It doesn't shock the fish. Probably should have done this video in the morning so you could see what these rainbows look like in the bright morning light. It's awesome. Actually, this is the one tank in my fish room, which I've tried to catch it on camera before, but I've not been successful at it. That there is a window behind me on my stairs up in the bathroom that occasionally, a couple days a year, the light comes down and gets into the tank. And a couple mornings ago, I saw it, the sunlight hit the tank and the bosomanis, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I had a sunlight lit tank, but I also don't want a whole bunch of algae, so I guess it's a trade-off. But I will say these rainbows in the sunlight look awesome. So there's 3 kinds of rainbows in here: bosomanis, the turquoise, and the praycocks. And they seem to be doing just fine. My plan for the future with this tank is actually to give the rainbows a 6-foot tank, planted tank, and probably move some of my Amazon puffers into this one. I'm not exactly sure yet, but really excited to do that. I don't know when that's going to happen. That's kind of my final section of the fish room that I need to address. Just some uglier tanks. I'm trying to make all of my tanks look nice rather than have, you know, just the grow out tanks that don't look very good. So I'm keeping those more in the back and keeping the fish room kind of more like a gallery. So I'm excited for that one day to give these beautiful fish a 6-foot tank. I also got some rainbows from Gary Lane. They are growing out right now. I got them as eggs from an auction, and they are tiny little tadpoles right now, but they're probably my most prized fish down here, despite the fact that they don't look like anything but little tiny tadpoles. But those will hopefully be part of that 6-foot tank. I'm not 100% sure if I'll mix them with these ones. We'll see. I'm not sure yet. It depends on the aggression level. I don't want to lose them. So anyway, thoughts for the future. Really love this tank. Low-tech planted tank, beautiful root structure, blue background. Love the blue background. Some people don't like blue backgrounds. I think it looks amazing. And one of my favorite tanks down in my fish room. So if you made it to the end of this video, just know that I love you. And you're awesome, and I really appreciate you for watching the entire thing. You are great, and I will have some more videos soon on some of my other tanks, spotlighting those tanks, and I'll be excited to share those with you. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Fwishlist out.